Look at the pass
What
play.
was it releasing though?
Defense.
Yeah, and what were the injuries?
And that could like connect to the first
That's
That
what
roughing
I'm doing.
call
That's some good
probably
shit.
stems from frustration as this guy
They
has cut them
small
into
body,
pieces.
Achilles, calves, hamstrings. That shit's direct correlation. No training camp, lack of idea you might have play season. Overdoing it. Giannis is overdoing. His shit is just overuse over time. Right? It's too many of the same injuries. These injuries that we never heard of. So the locker room you were in, the locker rooms I was in, the locker room you were in, all of us have been in these NBA locker rooms over years. These are injuries now more common than they ever have been. It's
just worse than growing. Like ours is growing 50%.
Like, I just look at the way Russ I look at the way Russ trains. I look at how he trains and what he does, man. Just that's just as if I'm saying explosive. I looked at the way what I did. Post the injuries, bro. I ain't never had it, bro.
Jason Richardson was looking like
oh man, ankle fracture, it's tendonitis.
so. I want to go back to something you said earlier, Mr. B. You feel like you might have seen Giannis play his last game in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform. He has yet to personally request a trade, has not requested a trade. But last week was asked how confident he was he would finish the season with the Bucks. He said, I don't know, take it day by day. Now he's out the next 4 to 6 weeks minimum, could be longer than that.
And then with the schedule and how they're playing, I mean, I don't think, he should come back. So, and then you have to go into the summer, and then we'll have to see. So, it is a possibility that could be the last time, the Milwaukee Bucks will see Giannis in that jersey.
So he has the player option next summer, eligible for an extension this October. Going to stay in Milwaukee. He tried to surround him with championship level teams, like the moves with Holiday, Brandon Chambers.
They try. They try. Just like Denver's trying. Right? You just can't get certain people in certain cities. It's just in the middle of the pack players, then you're gonna have to overpay a little bit, or you make a trade for a player. And that's how you get those guys in small cities. Neither one want to look bad at the top
Everybody expecting him
right?
to stat it
Giannis
out.
on
That last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
It's his stock and image from the media, right? We know how that game works. So he said, I'm just here. If they trade me, you'll give more grief. The team is looking. You're the city. If we say we trade you, we want to trade you, nah, they gonna kill us. They see the team. We don't try to take that in, so we need you the same way. So we look better. So they both sitting at the same standpoint. Oh shit. Yeah. That's right, baby. But at the end of the day, man, you're gonna have to make a move. And the team, you're gonna have to make a move. Right? You did what you did. You got everything you could out of it. So unless you can try one more shot, is he wants championship, which means you're gonna have to keep spending money. But at the end of the day, I'll call his bluff. The reason is he said, he's never gonna ask for a trade.
And it's incomplete, but the flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Second down, they'll go to the air.
The 9 in a row will count.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Holding. Offense.
He's had a 4-year, I think, $275 million, if I'm not mistaken, on my cover.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here.
This October.
Looking to go up top as times run down the half. Finds his tight end.
Yeah, I think it's time, man. This summer, I think for real, this is like people saying, man, this summer,
Just trying to take what the defense is
you
giving you,
just
right?
start
They're playing
over.
zone coverage. You got your big
Really
fella
think you
just
need to
working
just start
right over
over.
the ball. It's an easy pitch and
Get rid
catch.
of
Just take more off it and let's keep going.
get some fresh blood. Get a young coach in there. Get some young players. You got maybe first round picks. You can bank them up. Try to
And
move
now
up
on
and get a
fourth
first.
down, they'll try a
Get the
field
first,
goal.
second.
He'll need to strike
I
this
might
one
get canceled for
cleanly
saying
from
this, but
48
what's
yards
the
out.
emotional weight that you carry every single day is stuff that you were never meant to hold in the first place. Like guilt about things that I barely know.
We want a touchdown and we want to be aggressive, but man, right down the
Absolutely
middle,
brutal
that
down.
obviously gives me some confidence. Down the road, that I can trust this guy.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this
Chat.
first half.
For the past couple of
And he
videos
takes this from inside
related
the
to this
5.
thematic,
Not a lot
I
of
said I
space
went
to
back
be
to look
found.
at
Good
Bird.
hustle by the
So
coverage
that being
team,
said,
and they
let's get
stop
the
him at
Bird
the
tier list
21.
going. Tiers of time.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw, it's Allen. They're working it out left side. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more
The
points on the
huge
board
number of
before the
successful
break.
builds involved cool strategies. However, some of these strategies have clearly been successful.
Looking to throw on first
So
down.
today we'll be going over the Bird tier list, which are the ranks offense.
Stopped
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the
Ain't there
marker.
that one bird that literally
The
looked like a
offense
chicken
uses a
walking in, and
timeout
that
to
nigga,
stop the
yeah, I
clock,
guess,
and
but
they'll
like,
get a quick
I just
breather.
feel like that's the worst way to go out.
Wants to throw on first down.
That's the way to not die to the bird.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Yeah, like a
Wide
cast
out
man,
set, two
yeah,
on either side on second and 10.
You gotta get out of there. You can't let that nigga get your
After
life.
the incompletion, back to the passing game. Going to try to get it himself. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on.
Illegal forward penalty. Offense.
Oh, shit, and that's not always much slower. Chat. Predict your
So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted.
Mesozoic expansion.
On third and
They
long,
began
he'll
as a
need to
offshoot
loosen up
of
that
dinosaur
arm.
faction that was specifically adapted to
Didn't have
more
much
invasive
choice as they
and
had to
that's
pull
why
back
the Mesozoic
away on
animals
fourth
were
down.
channels
UMass will line up to punt it away.
to be hit by the bad hand.
A
Fast forward to
fairly
today's
short
pattern,
distance
Bird
here
had
toward the sidelines. Not his best
Yeah.
look.
success.
They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime.
Yes, flying naturals. First invention is their
No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors now. Halftime update. Fellas, by the looks of things, we had 28 and in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see
That's Kane down in that
rely
nigga.
on off-tackle left,
Anyway, what a
off-tackle
bird.
right, and even do that back to back. Physical offensive minds and elusive backs have told the story. While throwback to the halcyon days where they called 3 yards and a cloud of dust. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the
potentially reducing headshot damage and nullifying imprecise counterattacks.
Jamming stats.
That's instead of summary.
I'm not gonna make anyone more subscribe for more conferences. Look at that. It's a Soviet alone.
second half just about to get started, and UMass will kick it off.
Damage in the game, which when you
On the move from inside his spot.
tools for
They
dealing
didn't
with
find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
players who are
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again.
parasites.
To the air, it's Burks.
So we can
James
get
Burks
exposed
to
to
work.
bites that provides
Didn't pick
excellent
up a lot
protection
there, but that forward just a few. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down.
defense against crush type attacks, which is
Here's
especially
their quick
important to
throw out
birds
to the
that
left.
have a
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
and to synergize.
And the Owls come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here.
To
Got
reduce
enough for the
equipment
first.
You don't even see quarterbacks
players
under
build
center
up
very
air,
often. But
which
when
grants
you
them
do,
massive
and it's
boost to
short
their
yardage,
maximum
you
stamina.
kind of know what's coming,
Without
but
this,
it
it'd
didn't
be
matter.
extremely
Quarterback
tough
does a
for
great
birds
job
to fly for
finding
any
some
significant
space,
period of
keep
time.
those feet moving just far forward, get that yard, and gets the big first down.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
They do a serious damage.
They'll send 3 wideouts left, 1 to the right on second and 5.
Huge market. So damage offense it can get.
Stopped at the
Last game, as I've said.
34, but he got 10 on the play. intensity means the
Man
ball is
down on the
more
play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
so he'll reduce damage.
This Rice
The
offense
top-tier
has a
runners
nice looking
that
drive
can best
going.
capitalize on the strengths of their class while mitigating that covers the
Looking
basics. So
downfield
let's
on
get into the
first
tier
down.
list.
Takes a hit as he fires.
Jimmy,
Makes a connection.
Seems to have saved their weakness. Kiwis are hilarious.
yeah, you can't fly.
Defense and pass awareness. For some reason, they don't the extra amount of skill points to stack into gigantism like the rest of their squad.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're sorry. Get out of here. You're slow. I can't fly. Get out of here.
There's no active map. The player is slow.
I can't fly. I gotta go.
The Kakapo is a flightless version of the parrot, and although parrots are undoubtedly excellent bird builds, the flightless
Lining up for
weakness
the
is too
PAT.
glaring to ignore.
You know,
Due to invasive species like rats and
that's what I'm saying right now.
And with the extra point, they
cats,
push the lead out
builds
a
are seeing
little
major
further.
improvements in their player
We
base.
check in with Kevin Connors for
Sometimes
the
they
podcast.
all end up
Guys, you
switching
can make a
names.
good case.
Height
This
is
is the
just too
game of the
strong.
week in the Big 12. TCU is ahead right now, but it's not like they have Brady and Tomlinson out there. This group needs to keep building on this lead. They're up by 4 over Cincinnati.
Too strong in ability
We'll
to
keep
pass.
you updated as
Which
this
brings
one
me to
goes
the next
forward,
build,
as
my
this
tier
could shake
list.
up the Pac-12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Minutemen can explore that playbook on second and short.
Being giant could potentially make
See,
Talent.
this is the shit I'm talking about.
Using the quick
This
game.
nigga
Good
technically
job running
hurt
that
you.
route to get
That's
past
fine.
the sticks
You know
because he got
whatever.
nothing
For
after
the
the
sake of
catch.
argument, this nigga one time
Looks
says
as if we
Jack.
have an injury
Point
on
is,
that last
can't
play, and
dodge
we'll
with
take a
nigga that
break
look
to
like
check
that.
him out.
I cannot
Now
dodge
on
to
first
a
down
big
from
ass
the
nigga this.
28.
No, bro. I can't go like that, bro. Like, somebody gotta give me a
He'll
sense
keep
read
it
or some
inside.
shit. I cannot die to
And
that.
he's knocked down, but there's
I
also
can't.
laundry on the field. We'll
can't.
see what the officials have called.
Face
Can't.
Hold it.
This is still you
Offense.
right here, not me, nigga. Can't do it.
They say you could call
Then they
holding
got
on
some
every
shit.
play.
We need to
Well, they
get the
did
Dragon
on that
Ball
one.
son, bro. I cannot die to that nigga.
Their huge weak point presents a lot of
Here's the
opportunity
snap,
for
itching to
attack
fire
too.
downfield.
So if they ever get too
Makes
full,
the catch.
so they can see
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now? What are you
Back
gonna
to
do now,
pass
Jack?
on second
That
down.
nigga in a single. That nigga look like
He
Joe.
almost picked up the first down
So,
on that one. He'll be just
hey,
over
that
the
nigga fuck that. Hey,
they're
big ass ass.
He'll
forces
throw
them
on third
into an
down.
even more vulnerable
He
position than
hurls
were
one
big.
deep down the left side.
Tags are extremely valuable as
Wide open.
leads.
He makes the catch.
Objective defense is not an easy task, even for high-tier builds. So to keep this even in cat series, this is a key.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back, he sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throws. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the mid-range basket.
Great about that
Nice
shit,
play,
bro.
nice pitching catch.
Like,
Did a nice job
understand?
getting it
That's
up
not
in
even
the
just
air
like
early
routes.
and allowing
It's
his
like
guy to run under
mainstream
the
shit.
football, locate
That,
it, and then
I'm
make
not
a
even
tough
trolling.
grab.
I
That
think
is the
that shit is
definition
the
of an
biggest
explosive
gaming
play.
moves we've had in decades. I ain't seen nothing like this for a long time. Yeah, what is the biggest gaming move since like prior to that? This shit is like
Finished the drive with a
everyone knows about
64-yard
the situation.
scoring toss.
It's that fucking like
He'll start
everyone's
to
just
return
fucking
inside
reacting.
his
Didn't react.
Really disciplined job by the
You know,
coverage unit to get down there and make
the shit we
the
pay. No,
stop.
when you say the three your
Rice
face,
has
when
the
you
ball
say that.
back, and they're ready to send the
When
offense
it,
back
like,
to the
like
field.
a gaming
Leads
thing,
it with the
this
running
is
back.
huge.
Trying
Anyway,
to move that pile forward. He maybe
They
gets
get
two. He's down at the 21.
And
Picked up
just
2
about
yards
nothing
on that
else.
last
And
one.
as a
They
result,
need 8 on
only
second
bird
down.
built with full 360-degree movement, similar to a dragon.
And the pass is
This
incomplete. Jar
it's extremely
loose by the hip.
slant, enables
After the
the bird to
second
very
down
quickly change
misfire,
direction
looking at a
mid-flight,
3rd and 8.
allowing it to easily dodge attacks and flare out obstacles.
Back to throw. It's Burks.
And bird his
And this is going to be
which is an extremely
incomplete on
valuable
the
source
third.
of energy that's normally
Rice will be
inaccessible
forced
to
to
birds,
send out the
since
punt
birds
unit.
are usually too heavy to land on flowers and
shit.
not agile enough to access nectar mid-flight. This all sounds great, but Climber also has two very serious weaknesses.
And the
The first
returner
is
is
strike
stopped.
rates. They have no combat
Man down
prowess.
on the play.
Yeah.
The
Any
officials
attack they
take a
fail to
break to
dodge
let
will
him
send
be
them right
checked
back
out.
to the character select screen.
The insane energy
They've
costs
got
they
it
have to make
first
up
and 10 at the
with their
50.
total lack of fat storage means hummingbirds will run out of stamina very quickly if they can't constantly find food.
Damn.
To the air on
This
first
could
down.
be a strategy or
Just a
risk
short
based
pass
on
to the
the
tight end.
Wow. So you
No,
some
it
niggas
seems
just
like
get
an easy
pitched the
pitch in
ball,
the
they
can,
don't
but
get
the
their
tight
full
end
form.
there, that
Dead
route
ass.
potentially
Goddamn, I didn't
changes
know
if it's
that.
man
You
coverage.
know,
So good job by him knowing that
pigeons,
zone, I'm
okay.
just going to sit down.
We
This
Yeah,
is
we knew they
basically
weren't
like a
F tier.
check
They're
down,
not too
right?
much
Let's just
more
take
F
the
tier,
easy
but
pitch
they
and catch
definitely
and
not
keep
high
this
tier.
drive going.
Great stop points on that catch.
Yes,
Pick up
aka yes, so fat, it's aka
third and short.
Pigeonhole doesn't leave many critical flaws. They're held back by mediocre stats, in particular the weakness lacking in any combat focus and stat like that. They'd be best in cities where you shot that nigga in any
Use the play
combat
fake.
focus and
Now
stat
to
like
throw.
that. Oh my
The
goodness,
pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the
Yeah, that nigga
backfield,
ain't
and that shot the
one shot that
quarterback
nigga.
took might have been a little too
Personal
much.
foul.
One shot that nigga.
Roughing the passer.
extra bit of
Defense.
safety by nesting among high rises in loot-rich locations. But even in cities,
They're
pigeon
desperate
players
to do
tend to be the main
anything
source of
they can to
XP
try
for
to
higher-tier
slow down this
predators.
guy who's just been spinning
To play a
bean
bird
all
build that's
day.
good at looting
Little
cities,
carried away
there are
on
better
that
options
roughing
available
penalty.
anyway.
Pulls it higher to the
It's
left.
another generally
Now the
understated
connection
build.
takes it to
High
the
HP,
11.
but little else to rely on.
Looks as if
It
we have
does,
an
however,
injury
have
on
one of
that
the
last
highest
play, and we'll
intimidation
take a break to
efficiency
check him out.
bonuses in the game.
Yeah.
A massive buff to all
Going to work on
intimidation
second
checks when
down
its
in the
eye
red
spot
zone.
feather
Still some
ability is
ground to
activated.
cover to pick
Yeah.
up that
As
first
impressive
down.
as this ability is, the Peacock's actual attacks do very little damage.
Complete.
Yeah, that nigga all but.
That throwing pass gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Fires into the
Can
end
no
zone.
bite, literally.
So any player able to resist being frightened will have a pretty easy win. The Peacock's diamatic display also blocks vision.
This receiver in the
What's up, bro?
What is your beef with a peacock, bro? What the fuck did a peacock do to a tiger, bro?
and make tough catches. David, what a
Stand
grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting
Not
the
even
route,
playing.
knowing where
What
he's
the
going to
fuck
be, knowing
did
when
a
he's going to sit
peacock do
down,
to a
when he's
tiger?
not. So
Make
being
that
on the
nigga
same
so
page,
mad.
and then
Like, are we
having a
just
guy that can
back
go
in
get
the
it.
goddamn
When the
movie?
ball is
Because that's
near
the
him,
only
he's
time
going to
I've
make
seen
the
it.
play, just like
That's
he
the
did right there.
only time
for
I've seen this
six.
fucking Kung Fu Panda. That's the only time I've seen a peacock really make a tiger want to crash it. I ain't never seen it in real life. Peacock was some bullshit. The tiger like, what you say, bro? Yo, what's going on?
Taking a stealth approach by a third-party attacker is extremely
Damn, he really wanted that nigga dead.
escape by flying. The feathers of a peacock are so heavy that it takes a bit of
What are they
force.
doing to these niggas?
Which can be the difference between dodging or dying when under attack.
Flamingo.
Flamingo is a bit of an AFK class. Very minimal skill is actually required to pilot this build. They opted to spec into the
Yeah, they just be chilling.
meaning all they really need to do to gain experience and progress their character is pick a random spot in the lake bed and start digging around with their beak.
Yeah, they just be chilling.
It's things like snails and shrimp. However, when faced with a challenge from any player anywhere near its size, this build totally falls apart.
Oh my god.
Kiwi approach of predators in order to give them time to escape when attacked.
Right.
However, this doesn't always work. Their pathetic defensive stats mean they go down in 1 or 2 hits, and their slow flight startup means that oftentimes players will have time to rush them down even when they're in the water.
Yeah, it's just like natural selection, literally. Like, who was closest to the water. If I'm one of you niggas, bro, you gotta eat the shit in the water, bro. And because when we all gotta fly, it ain't gonna be me that this nigga settle down and bite.
This is
It is.
much mixed with which horses will be very easy to defeat if you know their weaknesses.
This man, this is
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him
The
out.
humble chicken, often compared to the T-Rex to exemplify how far the dinosaurs
this you don't get racist tonight. All right, man.
I don't
All right,
see
pal.
this
I get it.
are indeed a low-tier build. While they aren't anywhere near as totally helpless as the kiwi or crocodile, they're still that lacks the ability to fly for any extended distance. They can certainly hold their own against most similarly sized opponents. But with more escape options and no unique abilities, this build faces an uphill battle against most opponents.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I shouldn't say no unique abilities. But to be honest, their fast respawn rate kind of backfired on them due to humans using the factory farming strategy.
Yeah.
You
know, we like to talk about how we get food.
fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the
Next in C tier, we have the Vulture.
I thought this would be B tier. Because I'm not gonna lie, I thought this would be even higher because, like, who fucks with a vulture? All these niggas do is fly around, be evil as shit, and eat dead shit. So I thought this would, like, just be like, okay, they're just, like, a better AFK build than a goddamn flamingo. C tier.
A good tank build needs to be able
It's being harsh on the birds. I would only assume it's because there's better birds out there. There's a lot of birds. There's a lot of birds.
which vultures do quite well. A few of them can easily lock down a carcass. Most contested slits. They can do this because of their large size and acidic projectile attack. The other thing a tank must be good at is shrugging off hits, and this is where vultures fall short. Thick feathers usually shield them completely from smaller attacks.
You see them? Some of them dead evil, bro. Look at your small
Dependent carcass from hordes of smaller scavengers. They don't have much counterplay towards bigger, more aggressive rogues.
Niggas are fat, bro. Girl, okay.
They're
They're pub stompers. This is a pub stomper. This is the definition of a bro. They're also like your own size. These niggas say no. Textbook. Textbook. Yeah, these niggas just said fuck it. Do my own thing.
Insect players burrowing is one of the safest, most effective ways insect players can avoid but the woodpecker
these niggas say, nah, I'm good.
Strategy. One of the main advantages of this strategy is that having a powerful beak that's highly effective at drilling through wood also just means you've got a super sharp knife that's highly effective as a general purpose weapon. One of the main disadvantages of this strategy is that pecking at wood gives the woodpecker's location away, alerting more powerful predators to its presence while it's in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. True.
One particular woodpecker build, the toucan, opted to spec into more roll,
Toucans are woodpeckers?
which, while less useful for attacking insects through the wood, is still extremely powerful for
I mean, I know they're like unique, but they classify as a woodpecker. I never knew that.
interesting strategies. By no means flawless, but definitely has some solid strengths. So I know.
Yeah, that's why I said this is the only flawless bird that's not ass because you get to survive in the cold. So there you go.
Flightless birds are until now.
And your is like bigger, you can see them. Yeah.
Mid-tier rather than low-tier. The difference is penguins actually swap out their wings for an arguably equally viable
Yeah, you can swim.
flippers, which essentially allow them to fly through the water with incredible agility.
Yeah,
This gives them a downright broken matchup against fish.
exactly.
However, this strategy is pretty much only viable on servers where there are no land-based predators.
You'll stabilize, furnace heat, allocate resources, advance technology, and survival safely for this.
That penguins will still need to worry about. So if for whatever reason a few polar bears ever spawn in the Antarctic,
What is this polar bear doing in the Arctic?
like shit, that fire bill. Predators they have to contend with in the water are even more dangerous.
GG's, yeah.
The dog attacks. Ultimately, it's still a totally one-sided match.
Yeah.
Pretty cool and actually fairly dominant due to limited competition. I wouldn't be surprised to see the entire penguin player base collapse if the devs ever add new DLC in the form of an Antarctic land predator, or even if they just buff the land ability of the leopard seal.
Yeah, leopard seals were able to just like those, it's over.
Sea tier is a respectable position for a flightless
Yeah, that's facts. And cool, really, talk to me. Actually, yeah, because these niggas not afraid of nobody. Good clip.
I've got an entire video dedicated to the goose build, but in short, the goose has solid base stats.
Yeah, these niggas not afraid of nobody. Never mind, you right.
However, its abysmal power
You
stat
can shoot fucking gun at a goose and that nigga be like, this thing's fast.
may be an encounter that they easily could avoid.
Yes.
The strategy is that if the goose is under resistance, it will wide open to a punish and counterattack. In addition, the goose's weak spot is easily exploitable by intelligent players. Where this aggression tends to be the goose's biggest
Yo, elephants are flexing that they're the smartest ones in the game in this video, bro.
strategy.
Or one of the smartest ones. Heron, okay.
Heron build put a huge amount of evolution points into
Better ostrich.
punisher damage it can deal with its beak.
Better ostrich.
Great success. Herons have one of the highest damage pecks that they can hit their targets, even those with scaly teeth, like orange fish and jute-bound crocodiles. The effectiveness of their piercing attack is amplified by their long neck, which gives them enormity, giving their strikes an almost cobra-like flash to them. They have downright oppressive matchups against fish, amphibians, and all other small aquatic bills. They do have their flight ability has a long start, making it a bit less reliable as an escape option if they do happen to get ambushed.
GG's. Yeah, he's not good.
The weakness is that their long neck presents a bit of weak point, making lunging forward with risky if you get too
put your that nigga neck get stuck in his own.
Good players will be able to punish careless lunges quite well.
That nigga go red. Good shit.
In high B tier, we have the Falcon, a Raptor.
Falcons are B tier.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to.
Falcons fans. Sure about this B tier.
Looking to pass.
Anyway, I actually don't think it's like A tier. I don't know if we're saying A tier.
On the field, let's see if
I understand how crazy some of these birds can be. But yeah, B tier. It's cool.
To defeat its opponents using speed and superior.
But they are fast.
So the penalty will not be enforced.
Falcons actually have a low average power stat for a Raptor, and don't deal particularly high damage in close combat.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, there's no way they're A tier. They're just fast.
So instead of slashing and stabbing with their claws, Falcons actually punch with their feet to disorient or concuss their target. In the right situation, this can deal absolutely massive damage, enough to one-shot a mid-sized target at full HP. Falcons can only dish out high damage when they have the time to build up speed first. This makes the Falcon a pretty poor defender for objective game modes, and means the Falcon can struggle to win fights if its first attack doesn't connect. Its follow-up attacks will likely not have the same force built up as the first.
Yep.
Still, the burst damage potential of this build cannot be ignored, so it earns its spot in high B tier. Damn, that nigga just ate out seats.
Songbird, really, talk to me.
This might seem like an odd inclusion to cap off B tier.
Yeah, talk to me.
Highly efficient builds for their size, and do deserve recognition for its tier list. This is including finches, starlings, sparrows, wrens, and birds of paradise. And while they all have relatively similar stats, with extremely high agility being a core stat. Unlike many of the builds lower on the tier list that have difficulty getting themselves airborne quickly, songbirds have extremely low start on their flight mode, and can position themselves easily and quickly.
Yeah, he said this a lot about these birds. It sounds like some of these birds, if they could just have better start time, they'd be fucking right.
This makes their approach very difficult to push, making songbirds excellent at chipping safe defensive games, and makes them great at stealing slow builds. Their sneaky number strategy can actually be somewhat intimidating and disorienting too. Make this sequence relationships she's opening that's real.
That's terrifying.
Undoubtedly successful bird hunt.
Still can't die to a bird, but that's terrifying. A swan.
A tier, we have the swan. Swan is essentially the goose that has the power stat to actually back up its attempts to intimidate.
Oh shit, so you're a real demon.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Never seen a group of
It'll be a
birds
first
hit that
down from the
No.
49-yard line.
I've seen a group of birds fly in a fucking V. I've seen several birds fly in a fucking V. I haven't seen a group of birds just fly fucking circle and figure into the sky, dog. I ain't seen it. Yeah, alright? There's a part of the fuck out of me. Hey, I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying, hey, dog.
The play action fake.
Birds just hit a fucking airway in the goddamn sky. I seen that shit, bro. I've seen birds in the air. Obviously. That shit's crazy. Them niggas was
Built at controlling important points of interest, as their hyper-aggressive playstyle can result in huge territory gains. Of course, they do have the same weaknesses as geese, so
put that nigga down.
And this offense is threatening with a first
Old
down.
niggas, bro, this that old nigga swag shit I be talking about, bro. Cause I'm like, in 90% of niggas, they're running from this nigga, they're chilling on it, letting the bird get the little dub, keep pushing. That nigga can't talk about it. The old nigga realize he can't run from that nigga, so he just going. Oh shit, man, they're just gonna beat his ass. This is what we talking about. When y'all be saying, yo, XYZ, random end, and obviously we also the bear beating him. That's all like a fucking tiger beating him, duh. But y'all name some like bullshit ass animal. But yeah, man, it's just Tolos. No, niggas just be pussy. That's my point. Niggas just be pussy. You're not afraid of these things. Oh, yeah. If you're afraid of these things, by the way, all this easy.
You're still assassin.
You ain't got like these niggas for days.
Like completely silent.
Yeah.
This makes the Owls' strikes very difficult to defend against, as players just about never see them coming.
Yep.
While not as stacked in the power department as their day,
Them niggas got nighttime a lot.
they have quite solid base stats. While they aren't likely to one-shot high HP targets, they do have enough force behind their attacks to be able to defend themselves.
You won't even know that nigga on the way. Me?
In addition to granting the owl a silent flight perk, the owl's thick, bushy feathers offer additional enabling it to stand its ground in important objective defense scenarios.
Yes, like what you do.
Interesting.
Every opponent in your face, you can circle nigga, make that nigga move one which way and then attack and bounce on the way. You gotta see those stands they working there. This nigga just moves his head in a 360 and she's like, what the fuck?
Ability that most bird feathers have, meaning that falling into the water or getting caught in a rainstorm can actually disable the owl.
So these niggas ain't a double for a guy.
And certainly something that can be played
Personal
around.
foul.
But it
That makes sense, actually. Hawks and Eagles. Damn. Okay.
That
Let's
roughing
hear it.
call probably stems from frustration as this
The
guy
Eagles
has
follow
cut
the
them
same
into
basic
pieces.
strategy. Both have
Talking about two Super Bowl birds.
Dropping back, it's Burks. He's got it back in the middle. And the tackle was made.
Let me stop fucking with him. Let me stop fucking with y'all, man. I'm a goddamn Steelers fan. I hate football.
And because of this, there are far more ahead.
That penalty moves the ball
I
back
think the
10 yards.
biggest
Will
challenges
replay the down.
that we're facing right now is that we need a lot of doctors. There's been a shortage for a very, very long time, and you will make sure that if you do go to any one of our schools, you will succeed. You will get to your
As powerful as eagles, their agility enables them to weave through cover better than most birds of prey. This makes them well suited for rushing down players both in open terrain and
Just has not had an answer here all game long.
Junior making his presence.
Why do you do that nigga like that?
Short gain.
There's no reason to do that still.
37 on third down.
Oh my god.
Eagles can be incredibly effective.
It's complete to the left. Good
Feeling
execution. They
absolutely
moved the
moved
sticks,
it.
and they've got it at the 33. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Rice
That
going to
nigga's
work with
dead.
another
Oh
first
my
and
god,
10.
I just that nigga's dead. Oh my god.
Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. When that score looks as if this much is about to go 6-1.
Getting himself open. Locate the football, snag it out of the air. This guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns.
Actually, at first I was gonna say really, and actually considering where they're at and what they do, yeah, because it's free food for these things.
They add the extra point to finish the drive.
It's free food. It's free food.
Work on that scoring drive just 4 plays. Kickoff unit
Yeah,
getting
these
some
niggas should get free.
extra work as this
The
lead has
effective
really
takedown
grown.
strategy. But birds struggle with this since they
He'll bring
can't
it
use
back
their
to
wings to
inside
grab.
his 5.
And since their beaks aren't always the most reliable grapple
These niggas said, nah, it's this.
escaping. The pelican's grapple is, in contrast, almost totally inescapable.
Yeah.
It works on targets much larger than you might think. While this attack style is most effective against fish, it's quite powerful against other bird
Him on that run.
What the fuck, man?
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive.
This
It's
combined with
second down
Pelican's
11.
overall bulk makes it one of the
Flicks it out of the air.
That nigga just tried it.
And a good job of
Its
coverage by that
limitations.
defense, just a short pickup. The Minutemen a bit behind the sticks
This
here on
nigga's been-
third and long.
Who took this nigga down?
And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains.
Wait, this nigga's going up back
On fourth down, they'll pass for it.
He's talking the crazy shit.
This combined
Ooh, what a great fucking catch and
Sealed
run.
combat
A good
enables it
throw.
to stand its ground against even top tiers like canines. So those of you who followed the channel for a while can probably guess what the top tier birds are going to be.
Talk to me.
If you can't, that's probably a good indication that you should be subscribed.
Secretary bird. Sagittarius.
What they do, they're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable.
Those of you wishing the devs could unban the Velociraptor build, look no further than the Secretary bird, as it has basically all the same awesome abilities and more. Hunting on foot and in pairs, they prove time and time again that striking
These niggas dual Q?
they can easily defeat other high-tier builds such as the Red Gaming.
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season.
Why did this nigga get jiggy?
Kansas is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen?
High damage kicks. Their stomp move has extremely high accuracy, allowing Secretary Bird players to spray landing headshots with ease. And they do all this without completely sacrificing their flight ability. If they ever find themselves unmatched, which only ever happens against builds in higher weight classes, they can still retreat to the sky 3 times.
Nigga said, nah.
This strategy works in Africa, one of the most unforgiving servers of all time. It's proof to me that this is the
Yeah, you drop this nigga over here and then these things from. Yeah.
The last two builds are about equally matched, both opting for the same specialization, intelligence.
Okay. Damn, parents are damn broken. I mean, I see it, but parents are damn broken. Let's see it.
Parents are an extremely unique build with several powerful abilities, not the least of which is the drive away just about any player who invaded their territory, especially when employed by a coordinated team. In addition, due to their prehensile beak, parents have this dexterity of any bird, making them the best users of the tool use ability. Extremely high leg span. If there was any build that could replace humans, if humans ever get their intelligence nerfed, put that on the parrot. I made a video on parrots if you're interested, but when it comes to intelligence,
You always wonder why that didn't exist. Now you can make it. Meet Replit Agent. Want a custom workout plan?
That's smart. COVID.
Corvids, such as magpies, crows, and ravens,
Yup.
for a high intelligence playstyle, have a far more expansive social aspect to it.
Oh, regular season MVP, Lamar Jackson.
On the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Off play action on first down.
Drake may accomplish more than you and Josh Allen, but y'all bigger against each other.
The sticks for a first down.
I'm sorry. My team sucks. You know how this goes. My team sorry. Talking shit. It is what it is. My team's sorry. So now nothing hurts my feelings. I'm just talking crazy now.
Plenty of bird builds use cooperative team strats. But
I try to make every reference in the book. Ravens. Jesus Christ. Yo, this is the community I've cultivated, bro. We're never on point. Subscribe for that, man. If you're a random guy with random tangents,
Odd choice to take the penalty there. If you just take the loss, it also costs the offense down. Instead, they'll replay it.
where knowledge is shared with a huge amount of players over vast distances. This knowledge can include useful points of interest, or even blacklists of dangerous areas or players to avoid. So even individually, Corvids have a lot going for them, with significantly more stealth than parrots.
yeah, so they're stealthy.
Their pointy beaks, while not as useful for
Guess the game now.
much better
You know that nigga ain't do that shit, be like,
combat tool for dealing quick damage. It's also more useful for pressuring and poking opponents, or for provoking larger players into battle, so that they can
just the case, like I said.
reap the benefits of the aftermath. Corvids are one of the best builds at making use of human-made items, and quickly figure out ways of abusing the system to score big loot. All in all, Corvids are basically what you'd get if you gave monkeys wings. Easily a top-tier build. So there you go.
So he went with just the fact that parrots and ravens are that smart, and that this is like the best physical one. Okay, that's fair.
Or as complete as I thought possible for YouTube. If I didn't do a segment on your favorite bird, please let me know in the comments.
Yeah, because there's too many fucking birds. You're good, dog. You're good. Here's the like. You're good.
Despite being the longest video I've ever made, there were still a few birds that I put in the video for time's sake.
Yeah.
Because I felt I couldn't discuss the bird properly without getting to territory that was potentially too violent for YouTube. If you're interested in watching this,
Yeah, that's actually a good point too. Because obviously, me and Jack, you don't know bird giving up to a bird, but there was like there's some birds out there that you can't show when you do. Shout out to Jason, man. It's always good to know.
I didn't think that factor could help me reach my protein goal. Boy, was I wrong. 3 high-protein breakfast for a year? Yeah.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They took it 71 yards down the field. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Back to throw, it's Burks. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll send 3 wideouts left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You're going to force that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And if you'd have told this defense that they stuffed this great running back today, they'd have taken it. They'd have been happy. But the offense has still put up
It's
production,
not trouble
and
possible
they're
Neil
still in the
Cross
lead.
It's honestly
And the runner is down, and so is a
video.
flag.
Ignore all the Vagisil comments.
Offense.
That's not the time.
Ingredients of
A
life.
solid gain on that one, and it goes for
hydrogen
naught as the
is in our
penalty will
bodies.
back
Those
them up.
First in the Big Bang. And then we have carbon, nitrogen, oxygen,
Gonna swing
silicon,
it on 2nd down.
air. Those elements
And
did
that's
not
gonna
come from the
fall
Big
to
Bang. They came from
incomplete.
stars.
That was a physical
It's not just
backup there.
figuratively
Third
true.
down
It's
coming.
literally true that we are stardust.
Looking downfield, and he needs
You
it
know,
right.
this makes me feel special.
As they say,
This
touchdown,
clips
first
and
down,
insignificant at the same
gets
time.
down.
I
Man
need the
down
rest.
on the
Mason,
play as the
here,
officials take a
person,
break to let him be checked out.
here to answer questions.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit.
Here we go. First question. Could a comet or asteroid destroy Earth? A comet or asteroid will take out life on Earth. But Earth itself would just
I still feel like we could read it. You know, like, what was that? Is it Don't Look Up? The name of the movie with, like, Leonardo DiCaprio, where they're like, oh, an asteroid's going to kill everybody, and they ignore it. And I know, like, by that point, it was too late. But I feel like if we knew, like, a year ahead, that an asteroid was going to collide with Earth, there's a redirecting it, you know? Like, I think all the believers would just be immediately invested to not have that asteroid kill everybody on Earth. Like, all the countries, no, we couldn't. Bro, you think that all the world superpowers stop fucking arguing with each other and killing each other for, like, a year? And we go, we're going to invest trillions of dollars into, you know, that asteroid redirecting its path, bro. They're getting it done. They're getting it done.
So when people say, especially people in the green movement, we need to save Earth, save planet Earth. You have no idea how resilient planet Earth is. It got slammed by a Mars-sized total planet, made the moon, and Earth is still here. What we really mean is, got to destroy life on Earth. It's done it before. It'll do it again. Unless we figure out a way to deflect the asteroid.
Yes. Like when you're catching an egg in an egg toss. Center Mooney. It just crosses it. Like, I'm ready.
We have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
It just crosses. You wouldn't even see it coming. It'd be moving that fast.
And here we go, down to score.
To be the only species that went extinct from an asteroid. Yet we also have a space program.
He'll try to throw
That's just
and pick up the
embarrassing.
first down. He lobs one high down the left side.
Aliens is just.
Incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
They've yet to visit Earth. Because if they did,
On the keep.
that they would have visited facilities. Okay, so maybe they do exist and they have visited. They're inherently fuzzy.
Timeout called there by
And
the
they
defense,
target
desperate to
restricted
get the
naval
ball back
airspace.
and save as much
Only
time
if
as
it's
possible.
Wearing a skin and arc fever is actually an alien that's pretending to be human to get information on us before he returns to his home planet. Now, I don't know if I believe aliens haven't visited. I believe aliens exist. I think it's illogical to believe that they don't.
It'll be second down, and
Intelligent
remember,
alien
they can
life
pick up
is
a first
different,
without scoring.
different story, but alien life definitely exists, right? The ingredients for life to exist are not rare.
All the way down to the 3, and the defense is real.
Do I believe that aliens
Not a
exist
lot
on
of
Earth
ground to
now?
cover and
Or
not
have?
much to
I don't
defend.
know.
A big third
I mean,
down in
dude,
the
I
red
watched
zone.
that podcast with David Ross, the
They'll knock him
whistleblower
down
that
for a loss of a couple.
took like the high military
We'll
officials,
head to the 2-minute
and
timeout.
he ended up
Tight
almost
ball
getting
game here, and this
arrested and
offense
like all
will
this
try
other
to
shit
milk
because he
the
was talking
clock.
about like
And
the
now
U.S.
on
alien
fourth
program
down,
and
they
shit,
will put
and
it
how
on
they
the
did recover
shoulders
like
of the
alien
kicker,
aircraft,
the
like
savior of
UFOs and
this
stuff.
drive.
But now it's just like
The uprights
people
right
watch
down
that
the
and then just like they're like, okay, and they move on with their everyday life. And I'm sitting here like, yo, that motherfucker saying aliens doesn't actually exist. Like, what? And we just like move on. It's a little bullshit. I don't know, dude. I mean, we had this conversation before when we watched the Canadian video, which was definitely fake.
And they'll
But
bring him down to
if
get
an
the
alien
offense
crash,
started
say
on
an
the
alien
next
UFO
drive.
crashes in your backyard,
Man
like
down
you
on
ever
the
has
play as
license
the
plates
officials
somewhere
take a
that
break
was
to
landing
let
at
him be
alien,
checked out.
aliens landing at U.S. air bases and stuff.
First
I'm
play
not
of the
saying that.
drive
I'm
will
not saying
come
that
from the
was
9-yard
like that.
line.
You reported government
Looking for a man.
like
It's
that.
Allen.
I'm not calling it wrong. That was never made by that time. I'm
Wide
willing to make
receivers
that.
everywhere
But you
on
couldn't really
second and
find an
6.
alien crash.
Wants to go up top.
Like that shit would be on Twitter.
And that pass will be jarred
It's
loose on second
like
down. That brings up
that shit.
third down.
I don't know. You'd be able to find it eventually. People would be able to get that.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's taking the deep shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard instead. It's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. Converts on fourth down and still on his feet. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Wants to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on second and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air.
Oh, he's back.
That one could really put this drive into
My
high
boys
gear.
really want to win.
First down at the 37. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's caught. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking downfield on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Dropping back, it's Allen. Here's a throw downfield.
Yes!
Snatches it up.
Yes!
Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play.
Touchdown. Touchdown. Game, set, match. The flippers of our court. That's Gabe, folks. Coco came in. Our boy came in the final drive of the game, man.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have
Oh, he needs one leg. This is college, it's not NFL, dog.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And they did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the fourth. And that one ought to set us up for quite a finish. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Some like fucking like set up like plastic tables on a New York street. Earth is
First
flat.
play of the drive wants to throw. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
To do is
Holding.
at sunset,
Offense.
we have a clear view to the western horizon. And each
We'll
person,
repeat the
looking out
previous
the
down,
window,
but this time the
when they
offense has
see
10 more
the
yards
sunset
it has to cover.
rising, have you raise their hand or shout out. And you will see
Back to throw, it's Burks.
one
He finds
sequence
a dead spot in
is
the
on the
middle.
street.
He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. The offense uses a timeout.
Yeah, that would disprove the idea that we're on a disc and the sun is just rotating around the disc rather than it being a ball and like rotating. Or it's also moving around the sun but also rotating.
Seconds left in the game.
It's
They've got to move
disappearing.
quickly here. Still a chance, but
The
they've
ice
got to force the ball
But
down
they
the
don't let
field.
us go to Antarctica. Why don't they let
And
us
it's
go?
incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like
Why
that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
don't they let people
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding
And if
away.
Earth
They've
was
got
flat,
to push the ball down
when
the
the sun
field.
set below them,
They'll
and
throw again
and
after the
raise their
incompletion.
hands.
This one's going to be
I feel like, I mean, I don't know if the flat earthers have more points in this, but I feel like hemisphere-based seasons disprove the flat earth theory. Unless they're saying the disc that we live on like tilts in some way. It's like, right now it's summer in Australia, but it's January because Earth is a fucking sphere and it tilts, and that changes the seasons and how it
Oh,
is. Like,
yes.
so many things that break
28 in the fourth, 23 in the third. Ooh, he balled as fuck out. I like this shit, dog.
Especially with the ingredients.
It's a great job by the team. Stay in focus, understand it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up.
I love hearing that at every rep, not every rep, but you're breathing the same air molecules that like Leonardo da Vinci and Abraham Lincoln and like the ancient Egyptian kings and people like breathed in, you know? Like, not only are you swimming, but you're also like drinking the same water molecules and breathing the same air molecules that everybody else also or did, not is also had. Right? Breathe, breath, breathe.
And every part of nitrogen comes from silicon ions. Those elements, they don't have that big bang. They came from stars. They're cool. They form nuclear fusion. And those stars happen to be the stars that also scattering out initially across the galaxy over a subsequent generation of stars. To have planets. Some of which have the right ingredients for life. What is biology but highly complex chemistry? And there's no understanding of chemistry without physics. So all of this comes together. And so these ingredients that comprise us in stars, it's not just figuratively true, it's literally true. Stars. We are alive in the universe.
Why did I just rage bait myself? Like, I thought I just rage bait myself. Like, nobody even typed that much. Like, like, fucking guessing that somebody would say that.
20th century astrophysics. Modern civilization.
piss, not shit, poop, semen, tears, poop. Again, once.
Every other draft that anyone
Back.
Rose Bronson. Given enough time,
This is a stupid inside joke. It's like, that's not gonna make sense to anybody but the people that were here.
it's completely mixed. That means every acid where you drink, there are molecules that pass through the kidneys of King Henry VIII. Winston Churchill.
Just saying the air bomb, like, who's the air bomb?
And pick your favorite historical character. So, you want to talk about the oneness of all life on Earth? The water molecules through your system capture that problem. Why would you like to know?
Not big enough to be a goddamn planet. Not big enough to be a fucking planet. Get in off the goddamn side of all the other. Is it Pluto the size of your moon? It's too small. That way. Wait. I'm pretty sure in the Kuiper Belt or wherever how far out fucking Pluto is, there's planets that are as big as Pluto. So it's like if Pluto's a planet, then they also have to be a planet. So it's just easier to make Pluto not a planet than that. How big is Pluto compared to the moon? Pluto is significantly smaller than moon. Like, yeah. I used to be a Pluto fan. Like, I remember I was upset when they were like, Pluto's not a planet. Too small. Too small. It ain't making it.
It had it coming. I mean, most people with Pluto numbers don't
Yeah, it coming down. That motherfucker's getting slimed out one way or another.
always happens. Right? Okay. And more than half of Pluto's volume, the Pluto in your Earth is right now, it would go 10 because heat from the sun would evaporate that ice. We are 10, that's not going to be it. Not only that, Pluto's orbit is absolutely orbit that it never comes. It's made of ice. So is he.
Right now we're being a little too harsh. Okay. Now we're being a little too harsh. Now we're giving dwarf planet moon status. I don't know. Now we're just really downgrading this thing. Now you're telling me I learned about a useless thing when I was in third grade.
Necessarily the biggest thing, and it's one of the other projects. It was open stuff. In fact, Pluto was one of the larger objects that was discovered.
You know, you pissed me off real bad. Like, so actually, like, that's why that's the idea of, like, a planet, like Jupiter being largely, like, non-physical, or non-physical, non-liquid matter, and, like, liquid metal and gas. Like, and it's so, and I also get, if Jupiter if this
Taking the
was
record
like
was the details. Perfect game to the passing out
if
record.
Jupiter were, dude, how
We needed every inch.
imagine that